So what's happening, Mr. Rudy Williams? How you been? Welcome home. I heard a whole lot about you, man, and I'm here to just ask you a few questions about your life and some of the things that took place in your life, and you know how it's possible that you left such a mark in this great city of Baltimore. So I'll let you speak on some of what took place in your life. And I know it's a lot, but just kind of give us a little bit of what took place in your life.
First of all, I have to give credit to the Creator, God, Allah, Jesus, whatever name you prefer to reference Him. I have to give, because a lot of times I was just living out my life one moment, one day at a time, and just following that. So it wasn't really a plan in the beginning. Then when it was a plan, it still was a divine hand that guided my life. So I can't take credit for it.
So you thank, you know, the Lord Almighty for everything that took place in your life. I mean, a lot of things that you've seen, a lot of things you've done, you say, you're saying our Lord Almighty guided you through that, and these were trials and tribulations that you had to go through in order to become the man that you are today.
Right, I didn't fully understand, which no one fully understand what they're going through at the moment. Then later on, if they survive it, they can look back on it, they can see it more clearly, you know. Mm-hmm. And this is basically how my life has been.
I always wondered with men that have done and seen some of the things that you've done, and of course, that's quote unquote, some things didn't exactly go the way some people might think that it went. However, just being from this city, and we all know how tough this city is and how rough this city of Baltimore can be. Is there anything that you regret that you've done, or things that you wish you could change? Because making a statement like that, you know that everything needed to happen exactly the way it did. Is there anything that you would just go back and change? Or do you think that would alter the course of the way everything else took place and played out?
To tell you the truth, no. Because the reality is, you might wish you could change, but you can't. And it is what it is. And you're wasting time pretty much fantasizing change it, because you can do that all you want to, it's not going to change, you know. So you got to accept that and move on. That's how I feel about it, pretty much. And
I think that was said the best way that could be said.
Other things I want to do now, and I don't have time to revisit the past and wishing, you know, that I could change this or I could change that. Because if I do that, then I'm losing the opportunity, that I'm losing more time that I could change it.
And that's a great point. And speaking on some of the things that you have done since you've come home, you've actually showcased your very first play ever, which you know, and I'll mention the name of that play. That was All That Glitters Ain't Gold. And it's a phenomenal play, phenomenal story, great writing behind that. Was that something that you wrote while you were still inside, or you wrote that after you'd already set foot back?
No, I wrote it while I was inside.
You wrote it while you were
inside.
inside.
Writing was one of the things that kept me going, fulfilled me while I was in there. So I wrote a lot, you know.
Well, what changed while you were locked up? What changed? What in your mentality? Or is this something that you've always wanted to do? And that's something that, you know, a lot of people need to think about. I mean, you know, while you got the state of Maryland, the city of Baltimore trying to label you to be, you know, one of the worst people in the city at that time, but you yourself had other dreams, endeavors, and ideas of who you were and what you wanted to do. How long ago did you think about even doing something like what you've already executed since you've been home?
Well, I always wanted to write. I think the first attempt that I made at writing a book was, I think it was like 77 or something like that.
I was
wrote a novel.
4 years old, 3 years old.
I wrote a novel. It wasn't good at all. Even my friends didn't want to read it.
Right.
To read it, you have to really be like Team Rudy. You have to be a Rudy fanatic. And it was a few people read it, but not too many people. You know, so I gave it up for a while. And I went home and went back to, I started actually, I was writing love letters, I was writing love letters and I really wanted to express myself to the opposite sex.
Sure.
And they loved my letters, So each letter, I wanted to do something different, creative.
Sure.
Something different and all. So I have to reach out inside myself, do something creative. So my letters turned into short stories. I applied fiction to it.
Yeah.
And from there, I kept just growing and growing. And then I started formally studying other writers and basics of it. I wanted to get better and better at it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the LeBron James or the Michael Jordan of fiction.
Yeah. I asked that question, but it wasn't a premeditated question. I didn't think that I was going to ask you that question, but I'm very glad that I did, because you answered it in an unexpected way. That you're dating back to the 70s, almost mid 70s, early 70s, where a lot of this, they're still trying to label you out to be one of the top crime bosses in the city. However, deep down inside, you're a writer. You're writing stories back in the days that, like I said, I think I was 3 years old when the first concept came to mind to start writing, and now you just never gave up. You never gave up.
I'm really not a scripted writer. Just like Nan, you said you didn't plan it.
Yeah.
I don't really live my life scripted like that.
Yeah.
I really like to be like creative, let it flow. When I write, one thing leads to another. I don't have it all planned out. Contrived, it's organic. The same with this interview. Mm-hmm. It's organic. You don't know what you're gonna. A lot of people want to see the questions.
Yep, want to see the questions.
What you're gonna ask me,
Have a list in front of them. Mm-hmm.
I'm like spontaneous. What come out, it's real.
Yeah.
I don't want to form and shape, and take a poll, and have an audience in mind, like what they think and all that. Because, you're going to make yourself up and all that. I can't do that,
So what's pardon me. Me personally, as somebody that's been around you for a little while now, and I'm getting to know you a lot better. Your energy is phenomenal. Your leadership is sound. You could probably lead an army anywhere in the city or outside the city if you chose to. What is your goal these days? Being still a very powerful individual, somebody that words crack like thunder in the sky. What are you doing with that ability to lead men like that, and young folk, older folk, what have you? What is your goals? How do you want to move forward?
Like simply that, knowing that entertainment, the arts is powerful. My goal is to shape and mold the youth for the future through the arts and entertainment. Because that's how they're being molded and shaped from society. corporate industry, they use entertainment to mold and shape our youth. And not necessarily in a good way and in our interest, but in their interest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they making them into they want to be, you know. They're making them to niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's not conscious, and my goal is to reverse, use the arts and also. It goes all the way back to, you know, when they teach you in a class in economics, classic economics, they teach you about bread and circuses. What that means is that people, if you want to control people, people want to be entertained and they want to be fed. That's the bread. Circus is the entertainment. So whoever feed the people and entertain them is their masters. They control them. So we want to be masters of our own faith and our own destiny and all that. So we got to mold and shape our children through entertainment. Look at gangster rap. Look at the music now. That's what's molding and shaping the kids, and they encouraging that, you know, because they set the direction that the kids are going through the music and entertainment, the movies, the music, fashion, you know, economics. They get our children to spend all their money on that. The self-esteem is based on big watches, the cars, and all that. They're doing it through the arts and entertainment. We can do the opposite.
Using the same platform, arts and entertainment.
Right, we could do the opposite. So that's why, you know, I'm really big on entertainment, arts, culture, and things. Through your art, that's how you create a culture. You know, your culture is how you sustain certain values that you consider important. Loyalty, respect, and things like that. And not money, 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 money.
How was it, or how should I say this? How were you able to break the trend, the mold, the stigma, the chain of command that everybody else was caught up in and captivated by, the glitz and glitter, excuse me, pun intended, but to create your own path, again, to be a trendsetter when everybody was doing the same thing? I mean, how was that possible?
Well, that's a good question. And it's a really hard question, but I'm gonna try to answer the best I can, which was, I was stubborn, you know. I was hard-headed, I don't do what everybody else do, and I gotta be myself, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a leader, I'm not a follower. And you gotta really be smart to lead me. I will follow you, but you gotta be real, real smart, you know.
Sure.
If you're not smarter than me, or no more than me, I'm not following you, you know. So, and I've always been that way, you know, so after I started learning more and growing more, you know, and then, you know, it was obvious to me that, you know, that I was smarter than a lot of people, you know, and I was getting feedback on it. People was like, you really smart, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it until people started saying it. You know?
Right.
You really smart and all that,
Wow.
you know. And 'cause I was saying things that nobody else was saying, you know.
Sure.
And once I became consciousness, that was something I pursued, you know. I wanted to be smarter and smarter. So I read books, I studied, I watched, you know. Because a lot of times I was in situations where I suffered, right? Because of ignorance. If I'd have known this or that, you know, then I would have been able to protect myself.
Sure.
But I didn't know that, right, in terms of society. For example, I was in Hagerstown, and I was wild, you know, I was part of that culture, being the baddest nigga, you know, running, who gonna run the place and all.
Sure.
So, you know, the competition led me into stabbing a young man, you know, who was opponent. I didn't start it, he started, you know, and I stabbed him, and they charged me with attempt murder. Back then, he was a stand-up dude. He didn't say anything. But
He didn't snitch on you, is what
right,
you're saying.
God
Okay.
said he's seen it and all. So I'm thinking like, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat this. They don't have no evidence.
Right.
But they didn't need no evidence. I didn't know that. In my ignorance, I didn't know that they could press charges on. I ended up with 10 years. And they gave me a lawyer. My people was started spending money on me.
Yeah.
It was like, we don't have no more money. You're gonna have to roll with a public defender on this fight. I just had a manslaughter charge, and I got 5 years, and they spent their money.
Yeah. That's when they helped you financially.
So they was like, you got to roll with a public defender on this. So I remember everything about it. The public defender. The first visit when he came to see me, he stuck his hand out, 3 fingers. But I didn't know what that meant. 3 fingers. He extended 3 fingers to me, shake my hand, you know.
So what did that mean?
What that means is that I'm 3/5 of a man.
Okay.
The black man is 3/5 of a man. I'm not a full man. So he really wasn't going to represent me to the fullest. So it was an easy case. I was supposed to beat it, but I wind up getting 10 years for this case.
Because you had
Because I didn't know what the 3 fingers mean. And I didn't know that he wasn't going to really represent me.
properly.
So I ended up with 10 years, more time than I had for the manslaughter charge.
Jeez.
This is attempt murder. So I'm like, that don't even make sense. I got more time for attempt murder than I did for manslaughter charge.
Right.
So I'm saying, how's that happening? So I knew I was ignorant. So I was like, this ain't gonna never happen to me. Because whenever I get in any situation at all, I'm gonna be armed with knowledge and all. You ain't tricking me no more. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people is ignorant every day. They being robbed and exploited. Don't nobody respect us because we ignorant. We easy to get over on. We go for anything. Don't nobody respect us.
Yeah.
Yeah. The foreigners come in this country knowing that in order to make it and all that, then you gotta adapt the attitudes of the rulers, the people with the power.
Yeah.
And they are racist and all. So you got even Nigerians, the Africans coming over here acting like the white man, looking down on us like the white man.
Right. Yes.
Because our ignorance.
And they can see it as clear as day.
Yeah, they was like, these some ignorant niggas, you know? So I'm gonna set up shop, open up a store in their neighborhood, to get rich. I'm gonna buy their store and then make them my customers. So we sell our businesses to them for dollar bills, and then we wind up spending these same money right back with them. And we broke and they got our business. Ignorance. Man.
Yeah, ignorance. It's just an excellent point you make there. You know,
And when you're ignorant, nobody respects you. By me being a Leo and all that, it's all about respect. You gonna respect me or you gonna kill me. It's only 2 things.
right.
Right? Well, I'm gonna kill you or you gonna kill me, but we gonna
Respect each
about
other.
respect.
Yeah.
That's how important respect is to me. But if you're ignorant, don't nobody respect you, man.
Yeah.
And I learned that when I was young. So I did never want to be ignorant. I never want to come up against anybody that got more knowledge than me. And if they got more knowledge than me, then I want to be intelligent enough to ask the right questions, you know, to get their knowledge. If I ask you the right questions, you know, and your answers will give me the knowledge. But if you don't ask no questions, then you're going to stay ignorant.
It's quite impressive. I mean, you know, if you were on the outside of yourself looking at yourself, you would just say, wow, you know, the humbleness that comes with you, it's paramount. It's almost hard to even explain. You'd have to, you'd have to be an outsider looking in to really understand. And it's so natural and true. And then you showcase it.
You know, the only real equalizer, money is not an equalizer. You could be a billionaire and all that, they still don't respect you. You're still a nigger. You could be famous, and all. They still don't respect you. You hear that all the time from
All the time.
famous black man, rich black man, and all that. The only equalizer is knowledge.
Yep. Yep.
Not only is the equalizer, but you can be superior. That's the only, is knowledge, you know. So we think we get money, we move in a big house, drive a big car, we equalizer. They don't care nothing about that. You still a nigga. They pull you over, throw you on the ground, go through your pockets, maybe even kill you, you know? Because they don't respect you because you got a big watch and all that. They look at you like you the fool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you really think that that's going to make you somebody, you know, superior and all that, they laugh at you. Only real equalizer is knowledge, man, you know? And you don't need money to get knowledge.
Well spoken.
You don't need money to get knowledge.
Tell us who you are, young lady, and who do you play in the play?
All right, so my name is Davina, and my stage name is Corey. I play a friend that is supportive, and you know, sometimes I might bring my little jokes, and I get on my friend nerves. You know, I dig up all in her business. So I'm here to bring the jokes and you know, the love that I share with my friend in this play. Yeah.
Fun. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a cool role to have.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of similar to the last role you had.
A little similar, but
Yeah.
this one is a little bit more spicy because I can really, you know, showcase that, you know, I got that comeback, you
Yeah.
know, and so this play is a little bit different, but I'm always that strong friend, you know what I mean?
I look forward to seeing you act again because in All That Glitters Ain't Gold, I thought you had your own identity. You like your character had kind of separated herself, so that's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. So
Thank you for that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
And all the way up top there, sitting up all tall and high.
My name is Natalia. I played Princess in the last play, All That Glitters Ain't Gold. I will be playing Lady Tease, which is the main character of Shoes That Talk. This is her brand. I will be playing her daughter, Joy.
Okay, okay.
So I'm trying to tap into that Scorpio, sassy, you know, daughter of the main character. So we'll see.
Okay.
This plays her, you know, she has her own flow, her own flavor to the story.
Nice. Sounds like fun. I mean, you all do a really good job as a collective. I mean, I know a lot of the cast isn't here, but I mean, the people that are here today are like, as far as All That Glitters Ain't Gold went, really stood out as top-notch characters and played and acted your hearts out. So I just wanted to say that. I enjoyed the play. Y'all know I actually really enjoyed that play. Y'all know that though. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We just love being on the stage and acting as a family on stage and you know, outside of the play. And it's just like, it's all good vibes every single time.
Yeah, you can tell
We are fans.
from the audience.
We
You
are
can
fans.
tell.
And these cast members have been phenomenal. They have been attentive and very loving, and everybody sticks together. And it has been phenomenal. The work that they put in for All the Glitter and the work that they are putting in for the Shoes That Talk. Words can't express how blessed that me and Rudy is for these type of
So
individuals. They are beautiful flowers. They are blossoming in front of our eyes.
When I tell y'all,
the passion you speak with is just, I can feel it from over here. So you're really excited about this. Like, you know, you can tell you guys are pumped about this play.
The Shoes That Talk, it was an idea that I came up with a couple of years ago when I was working at a job site, working in a laundry room. And the thought came to me, the shoes that talk. And I know God brought it to my spirit because God does that. He will speak to you when you're in a quiet space. And he says, you need to talk about them shoes you've been wearing, Tammy. for years, and you need to bring it to light. And once I met Rudy and I expressed to him the idea of what I had and what I had on paper, he said, you know what, we're going to bring it to light. And he has done a phenomenal job with the writing. He's an amazing writer. And they excited, we excited, and we just lit of what is coming to you all, because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
This is a fiction. This is not about my life story.
Okay.
It's a fiction.
All right. That's important. That's important for the audience to know. So so a lot of stories or writing is based on true stories and all. So but I felt the packet, the script. I picked it up. It was 2 of them. I was like, geez, they're like books. They're like whole books. I was like, you work out. You take one of them in each arm, and you can work out with them. They're pretty heavy. So that's a lot of writing, a lot of a thought process put into this one.
Yeah,
so,
right. And we want to bring the best to Baltimore and other states. So we did postpone the play because we were not ready. And we back in rehearsal right now. And the rehearsal is going great. Everyone is on one accord. Everybody is being attentive to rehearsal dates. And we making it happen. Yeah. And we just glad to be able to bring the play in decency and order.
So how many people consist of the cast this time around?
We had like
21.
21.
20. So how many people were involved in All That Glitters?
I believe we had like 14. About 14. About 14 or 15.
Okay. So, All That Glitters I thought was structured really nicely. You had a lot going on. You put the audience in different frames of mind. And I understand that's the way it's supposed to be as a writer and as actors. You're supposed to send people on that roller coaster ride. But I mean, the transitions I thought really jumped from one setting to another setting with only 14 people. Now you got 20-something people. I mean, how many different scenarios do you guys have? And it just kind of criteria changes that's going to take place during the play. And you're going to two-part it. You're going to have an intermission and then come back out. I mean, because obviously you're going to have to, because it's going to be longer. It's probably going to be longer than All That Glitters, right?
So right now
We don't know that. In terms of page numbers,
Yeah, like.
it's less. All That Glitter was like 102 pages. This one is like 85.
Wow, with more people, less
More
pages.
people.
Because it was more main characters than, this play is on like the main 2 characters. So, and we have different customers coming in and out of the store with different personalities incorporated into the play.
And also to add on what she's saying, even we have the hair salon. So if you know anything about sitting in a hair salon, getting your hair done with women, so it's many different personalities and, of course, different conversations might come up. So we needed more cast members to kind of fill those different roles. And with this play, I would definitely say each scene, it's going to align with the next scene. And it's going to be a hit because we have some real funny things up our sleeves for the audience and also to get them involved with us. So yeah.
Wow, I'm excited.
As a writer, I do what, in terms of a body, I create the skeletons and they put the flesh on it. And at the end of the day, once they put their twist on it and their touches and all that, it's like, I look at it like, I can't believe it myself.
You're watching it.
It's just amazing, what they do.
Speaking on that, to elaborate, I had my little own experience with that. I had a standing ovation in the middle of our play, and everybody was screaming on PJ. So that was a very important experience for me. And we got that done in less than 3 months. So that was definitely a blessing to be upon every last one of them, and to be there at that time. and having a short amount of time and still getting it
We
done
pushed
and making
through.
it a success.
So we left off talking to PJ, okay, who in my opinion was, you know, in a room full of talent, mind you, a room full of talent, really stood out as well. Being a male, okay, look, you know, I'm not taking away from the ladies, but being basically, you know, what, one out of two other gentlemen that was in the play?
Less than 3 months.
Yeah, they just really brought an impact and represented the right way. It wasn't overboard. It wasn't overboard. It was right there. It was. I'm speaking on my from my own personal perspective. So I don't know what somebody else would say, but from the audience member perspective, you really did a great job. You brought that urban thing. But you stayed so thorough with it. It was tight. It was clean. Everything was sharp. So I mean, what was that experience like for you? And just explain to the audience what was going on through your mind, even wanting to even be a part of a play.
So
like
the
this.
motivation for me behind that was like mostly, I played that person before. Like I've been that person in real life, except for like beating Natalia's ass and shit.
Yeah, you
Excuse my language, but besides that part, like mostly that was already my character. And when she presented it to me, she said, "I wanted you to read this script," and I said, "No, I'm gonna take a try. I'm gonna look at it." And almost instantly, am I correct? Like,
who you talking about presented it to you? Who presented?
Davina. She presented it. She's the actual reason why I've been a part of the play.
Oh,
And,
okay. I never knew that.
I said that in my last interview.
Yes, I did.
So
cast.
yeah, in my last interview, me and Natalia made that a big point that she was a big reason why I was a part of this play.
Yes, sir.
And I just read it, and once I read it, I was like, wow, this sound like me. That was almost my exact words. And then after we did it like 4 times, partial rehearsal, recording it over and over, we called Rudy. Rudy was asleep. This is no lie. This was a true story. Rudy was asleep.
We
Tammy
sent
answered the
video.
phone.
Photo text, let me tell it. Can I tell it? Okay, so I'm sleeping. Tammy come in, wake me up. Say, look at this, right?
Yeah.
So she pressed play, and this guy is beating the shit out of this woman, stomping her and shit, right? And I'm like, what? I'm like, who would beat a woman like that, you know?
Yeah.
What the fuck, you know? So I don't know, you know, I'm thinking this is, you know, news footage or something.
Right.
You know? So I'm like, worked up, you know, like, this son of a bitch beat this woman like a coward, you know?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, ho. No, that's the new actor. That's part of the play. And I was like, that's part of a play, but it was too late. I was already worked up.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to calm down. I was already worked up.
He was already worked up.
Yeah.
That was so graphic.
So what they put something together to show you?
Right.
So we did like a free
They
footage.
recorded in rehearsal.
Yeah.
The photo
Okay.
texted
Okay.
to Tammy,
Yeah.
who woke me up to show it to me, and I didn't know, you know, look at this. She was like, look at
Yeah.
this. So I'm looking at it, and I was like, damn, you know,
It was
he
so
beating the shit out of
realistic.
me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what
So
kind of
you-
man would beat a woman like that? You know?
So what y'all decided? Y'all decided to back off a little bit of some of that then, because when I seen it, you wasn't trying to make it look too real. You know what I mean?
Would you see it in real life? But if you see it on recording,
So
It
they
looked
tried.
like
So
it.
y'all was showing off. Y'all really tried to.
see it.
Y'all choreographed it. You
Oh,
wanted to make it
yeah.
seem
It's
like
very
a,
important for me to
Yeah.
be
my
a part.
reaction
they was trying to
once
impress
she
you
told
with
me,
that.
like,
They
once she
did.
told me that,
Princess.
Yeah.
once she,
Yeah, the both of you.
They
Yes,
impressed.
they were trying to
Yeah.
impress y'all.
once she told me that was acting, I had met him then at the time. Right?
Right.
She told me that, no, that's the new guy playing PJ, you know, and when I calmed down, I told you I was like upset seeing this shit, right? When I calmed down and all that, I said, that's him.
We need him. That's the one.
That's
Yeah.
him. It was,
Bring him on.
It was no more, ifs and ands about that, something like that.
And from there, whatever Rudy
cool.
needed me to do, and we didn't have a lot of time when I came in.
No.
So I was the main character. I learned those lines by heart.
Yes.
I did whatever it is that Rudy wanted me to do. At the time when it came, no matter what I was feeling, no matter what I was going through, when the time came, it was time.
It was time to go.
And you know what I wanted to reiterate?
And that's what we
on?
gonna do again. That's what we gonna do again.
We have became so grateful for these individuals that's sitting here and the other ones that's in our cast that was in our other play. We know that God has divined these individuals in our lives. It's not by coincidence that Rudy is a phenomenal writer. It's not by coincidence that we are a family. This is what God divined for Baltimore City, for us to present His creativity and us to pull together as a family and show it that it can be done.
Yes.
And can I say one thing? I want to clear the air. Everybody asks us in interviews, is me and Princess actually together because of how we played?
Whole nother play.
That is like, loyalty is above everything. That's my friend. And she's a great person to me. No, we are not together. No, we do not have relation, any of the sort. It was just when the time came, we had to do what we had to do, and we did it.
That's right.
All right.
Let me say another thing that stick with me is that you have all these people, these no experience. We couldn't even call ourselves amateurs at the time. Because
We didn't know
we didn't have any experience,
Sure.
And
I get it.
then we pull off this great play, The acting, everything was fantastic. Because I was in the audience watching it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe what I was seeing, because you could have never see that. You could read the play, but you wouldn't have never seen it like that, right?
Right.
The end results, that it's going to be that beautiful, right? But the reason why we was able to do that is because belief. We believed that we could.
We believe in
A lot of people would have told you, no, you can't do nothing like that because you didn't go to acting school, or you don't.
Have the credentials.
You don't-
name.
Right.
Right.
You never met Denzel Washington.
That's right.
And that's my cousin.
That's right.
So they would have said all kinds of stuff, and tried to tell us if we couldn't do it, but we did it.
Yes, we did.
That was the point. That was the point that
You
you
know why
was
we
making
did it?
earlier.
Because we didn't know that we couldn't do it,
Right,
We did it.
exactly.
You know what I know, Derek? You was in the awe. You was like,
What, at the play?
yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that because I feel like we all believed in his dream that he actually wrote it out and
Yes.
he saw it come to life on stage. That's just
It was an amazing
They
story.
was excellent. They was excellent.
Thank you.
And I don't mean to be extra confident.
First time, they was excellent.
Shout out to
So-
my standing ovation. Thank y'all. I wasn't even supposed to take that bow, but I had did
So
because I didn't want to let
The
my
message
fans
is to people that want to do something, never did it and all that, just do it,
Right.
Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, because y'all know I do my little shows and everything. I always ask a
All right.
real vivid question, a question that I love to see like people try to duck if they feel like they can't answer the question. So what was it like working with somebody like Rudy, like a ex-gangster and everything, and when you started like messing up a little bit,
Can I elaborate first?
up a little bit on stage, you was just looking at him like, yo, he ain't gonna like flip out on me, is he? Like, go ahead.
With Rudy, it was a vibrant situation. Rudy leaves a space where you be free to be who you are as a person when you come to him. So there's no blockage on your might of who you can become.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So that is one thing that made me more comfortable with Rudy Williams, that I could be myself when I came to do what it was that I came to do.
So what he'd have been through in life that you probably already heard about
Yeah.
made you more comfortable because you knew he understood a lot of things already.
Yeah, you knew.
Well,
you
I've
at least
been
knew.
to the penitentiary, I've been to MTC, I've been to BCDC, you know, I've been around those inspires, not probably as long as he has, but I've been around those aspects in life. And somewhat similar to him, I have overcome those obstacles no matter what nobody felt or thought about me, whether I was by myself or 100 people with me.
That's a great
You
thing.
know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest things that I gravitate towards Rudy with.
Well, I would add in being on stage and, well, let's just back up. When you have imperfections, sometimes in your own mind, we tell ourselves, well, we're not good enough, or he might not like this, or he might not like that. The main thing that Rudy gave us was the confidence to say, okay, well, look, what you might feel didn't look good was actually what I need from you. So he would give us that courage, you know, that we needed, and it was okay. You know, even his background kind of made it a little bit more spicier. You know, his background was like, he did what? Okay, let me sit next to him. You know, let me check this out. But there was never any fear because he came out with open arms and ready to give back to his community, and also. I'm in it, so it was more exciting to me than anything, you know, and I appreciate that because,
Well, thank you.
I love you, Rudy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And real quick, I mean, just before we close, what location are we planning? What location are you all planning to do the play this time?
Well, we are thinking about the Bamboo Club.
Yes.
The Bamboo Club.
Yeah.
Bamboo Club.
Where Rudy's
Lounge.
birthday party is going to be on August the 13th from 9 to 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's
Birthday party,
229
Yeah.
Franklin Town Road. So come out and support Rudy. It's be his birthday and his 1 year home anniversary.
And may I add,
It
it's
seems so much
also
longer already.
Leo.
Oh yeah, it's also
It's Leo season. Leo season.
All the Leos got to come out.
It's also my birthday as well.
On
August the 13th is my
13th.
actual
And also
birthday.
his
So that's a
manager.
blessing as well to have
Who's
Rudy's birthday and his celebration
Yes.
on my day of birth.
So that day
That's cool,
also
bro.
on the Rudy birthday is on the 10th, but his manager, boss lady,
Yeah.
birthday is on the 13th, and we will be celebrating her.
So it's a couple birthdays around the same
There's gonna
time.
be quite a few Leos.
Come out.
Leo
Yeah,
gangs,
so that'd
come
be-
on out, baby.
Wow.
We're
Yes.
gonna have a good time.
Yes.
We
got
call it
VIP
for all
tables.
Leos to come out, you know,
We got
and
live
enjoy this
performances.
moment with us.
Yes.
I just want to say one more thing about the play. Once again, it is the shoes that talk.
The shoes that talk.
that
And
talk.
The shoes that
Yeah.
talk.
Shoes that talk.
hopefully performing at the Bamboo once again.
Yes.
And we need y'all to come out and
Yes,
to
we
support
do.
us.
Yeah.
Not only that, we want to make y'all stomachs
Yes. Because
just
it is so
ball up
funny.
inside with
It's
tears,
freaking
okay?
funny.
We're gonna have y'all crying.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
thought all that glitters ain't gold was a hit,
What?
please
Yes,
come out to the
yes,
shoes that
out.
talk, honey.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna go on tour with these two
Yes,
plays
we're
or
gonna
what?
go on
Come
tour.
on.
We plan
Go on
to
tour.
eventually.
God willingly,
Yeah.
when
You know?
the time
Yes.
progresses
Yes.
itself, then we shall
Just
present the
saying.
time when the time is
Yes,
needed.
so please stay tuned for the shoes that talk.
We fell in love with the stage, you know, so we're gonna be on stage a lot.
Camera action. Let's go.
And we're gonna give you a show that you can't miss.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, I'll be
We
there
plan
to
to
see
do
it.
this all
And
around the
again,
world.
it
You
is
heard?
a
Hopefully I'll
fiction.
film it.
It is
Yeah.
about Lady T, the shoes that talk, and I am Lady T.
Okay.
Sherry Wilson.
So you in
Let me
this
give
play
a
this
shout
time?
out to Sherry Wilson, who is playing Lady T. I am
Oh, okay.
Lady T.
Somebody playing.
But
somebody's gonna
Sherry
play
She's
that.
an amazing actress.
Yes, she is
Yeah.
amazing, and she is perfect
So
for
is
God.
so is
She's phenomenal.
Davina,
ladies.
Nostalgia, and other actors. We got some new actors too.
And Sherry Wilson will be playing a lead role
A
in
lead
this
role.
play.
And she's
So
working so diligently
Yes, she's amazing.
to prepare
Y'all
for
won't be
this
disappointed,
scene.
I promise
Yeah,
you.
this is gonna be
We
funny.
are going to deliver.
Yeah.
And
and you all
nothing
know
less.
PJ in there. I'm a customer in this.
Yeah.
I can't tell y'all who I am and what I'm
PJ
doing,
will
but
be in the building.
I'm in here.
We
Yeah.
gonna surprise y'all.
Yes, baby. It's the turn up.
Yeah.
It's turn up in the town.
Yeah.
Right
So-
now,
Come out, choose that talk.
get y'all
And I'm
tickets.
coming out better than I did the last time. Guaranteed.
Oh, you better bring it.
Oh, you best to
And
know
you think
it.
Rudy Williams wrote all that glitter ain't gold? This gonna be a sellout, a turn up for the town.
That's
Y'all
right.
gonna be calling over, both calling up DC, Philly, saying, "Man, we gotta bring the play to our town because
And
it's
we
gonna
gonna
turn
bring
up."
it.
We
We're
gonna
gonna bring it.
Yes.
Thank
So
you for
stay
this.
Well, I
tuned.
appreciate
Yeah.
And
all of
thank
this,
you,
everybody's
Derek.
time and
Yes,
all of that.
You've
so.
been great with supporting us
Yes.
through all the
Absolutely.
glitter has gold,
No
that ain't
problem.
gold, and through the shoes that talk, and also just supporting Rudy.
Oh,
Coming
yeah.
home, you have been very attentive to him
Well, thank you.
and giving him a lot of love, and I really appreciate what you are doing.
Well, you see,
to
we keep
support the
trying.
brother.
I appreciate you
Yes,
for that.
thank
for
you
that
so
statement
much,
you're saying. You know
Derek.
that.
You are great.
awesome.
You know.
You're
Peace
awesome.
and blessings be to
We
you.
keep,
Yeah.
I told you I was going to do it.
Yeah.
You're great. You're also
You're
a member of the family,
Yes,
you know.
you
So
Yes.
And
Right.
Derek
We love you,
Strowman,
Derek.
definitely.
Yes, and I thank you for your
Appreciate y'all.
support.
Definitely.
We're just
Yes,
getting
and stay
started. We're
tuned
just getting
for
started.
Derek Strodham,
We just
who
getting
has a
started,
YouTube
baby.
page, radio station. He's a phenomenal director, producer. He does his own movies, y'all. So stay tuned for Derek Strodham also.
And shout out
Thank you.
Content
Black
Complex.
excellence.
Yeah.
Holla at them
Dino
for
and
parties.
Kevin. Yeah.
If
That's right.
everything you can holler at Content Complex,
Stay
we got it
Fight
for you.
Production.
What you got to say to close the show, Mr. Rudy? What, something,
Well,
give us something powerful.
Just
I agree with what you said. We're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
Exactly.
Just get started. Stay tuned, Baltimore, the world, so you can see what we can do. You know what we're capable of doing when we love and respect each other and treat each other. You know the way we wanted to be treated. You know.
Remember this: loyalty over money, all day, every day. Family over
Right.
everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Shade 5.
So love y'all.
all.
Love you. Love y'all.
Okay,
Love
thank you,
everybody
Doc.
out there. Y'all have a
Always a
great
pleasure.
rest of your day if it's daytime. Have a great night if it's nighttime.
Thank
See
you.
y'all later.
Peace
you.
and blessings be upon
Thank
you all.
you.